Hi guys, this is just a short update on my legal status in the States. As most of you know, I arrived as a tourist and then I met somebody. I had a couple of relationships that didn't work out, but then I met somebody and we got married. And so I've recently adjusted my status. I filed for the adjustment of status. I made a video about it. It didn't really work out because I was using my old phone, my old Xperia phone, which is really crap. But I've got some footage from it, so I'll post it anyway. The forms that I had to fill out were I-485, that's the adjustment of status form. I-130, that's the petition for alien relative. That's something that my husband had to sign. I think he had to sign 2 of those, and the rest I had to sign. There's the medical exam form. There's the I-131, which is the application for a travel document. This is if you want to leave the States and you don't, before you get your permanent green card, let's say you have a family emergency and you need to leave, they're giving you like a travel permit. So I got that just in case. Well, I don't have it yet, but I applied for it. I-94, that's just a form that you get when you first come to the States on under whatever status you get the I-94. It tells you how long you can stay. I-765, that's a permit to work. Again, when you get your permanent green card, you are automatically entitled to work, but it will take several months before I get my permanent green card. So they're gonna give me a little work permit for, I think it's valid for 6 months or a year, so that I can start working while I wait for my green card. And then sponsor, which is my husband, which is the spouse, they have to provide proof of income. They have to provide proof of U.S. citizenship or permanent residency if they're not a U.S. citizen. And they have to provide a birth certificate, and that's something that they have to do. So my husband was born in Hawaii, and we didn't have a birth certificate, and it was like we had to order one from Hawaii. It was a pain in the ass. And then affidavit of support. So it's Form 1. That's Form I-864. That's basically that your spouse can support you, and they don't have to be rich to do that. My husband doesn't make that much money, so he just gave the tax returns from the last 2 years, and that was enough. Anyway, so here's a little video, and all those forms that I just read out, they're all with immigration right now, so I'm waiting for my work permit. Can't wait to get it, and can't wait to start working. Welcome back, and we're on the road again, and I'm going to Riverside. First stopping in Palm Springs to have a little play at the casino, and this is Indian Canyon. These are the windmills on the west side. They belong to Edison, which is the electric company in Southern California. They don't belong to the city. At first I thought they did, and at first I thought, oh my god, this town is so green. It provides subsidized electricity to the residents by having all these windmills, but no, they are owned by an electric company. Anyway, it's a beautiful day in the desert. It's always a beautiful day in the desert, maybe except for 10 days in a year. So we're very blessed with the great weather, and the reason I'm going to Riverside is to attend my first immigration appointment. I'm really not worried anymore about staying in the U.S., so I'm getting closer to fulfilling my life's dream of legally living in the U.S. again. So the first step after filing all the paperwork is to get my biometrics appointment. And during this biometrics appointment, I believe they will just take my fingerprints and check my ID and verify that I am who I am. And that's all it is. And my husband doesn't have to come with me. This is just myself that has to attend, so he stayed home, and I'm going. So I'm gonna be away for one night, and I realized that I really kind of miss being on my own and being this vagabond and being this, oh shit, there's a gas station that I was gonna stop to get gas. Oh, the gas went up again. Shit, it's expensive. I kind of miss being free and being independent again. I obviously am grateful that I have a place to live, but I go back, I think back to the days where I was living in this car, and no, I didn't have, I had to go to the gym to shower every day, and I had to be creative about certain things, but I had the freedom, and I had the freedom to be where I wanted and do what I wanted. I didn't have to do anything that I didn't want to do. I could sleep at any time, and I was living in my car. It was comfortable enough. So anyway, to reminiscing on that, what I'm going to do when I'm in Riverside, I'm going to spend the night in my car. And instead of getting a motel, I was going to get a Motel 6. They're only like $60 a night, so pretty affordable. But I don't even want to do that. I just want to sleep in my car for one more night in a new place. It's kind of exciting. It's a new adventure, so maybe I will let you guys know how that trip is progressing and how my trip to Riverside is going, and how the appointment goes and how my sleeping arrangements turn out. Alright, check in later. So I made it to Redlands, which is not too far from Riverside. I stopped here to get gas. There's a gas station there. And the reason it's already dark, and this is a Costco gas station, and Costco has cheaper gas than most places. The reason it's already dark is because I went to the casino on the way out of town, surprise, surprise, and I actually won $200. No, I won $100 because, no, I won $160, that's right. If you subtract all the money I put in, my net winnings were $160 today, which is great. It paid for my dinner. I went to have dinner at this Chinese place, Tasty Goody Chinese fast food. It was actually really good. I'm pretty picky about Chinese food, Asian food, since my husband is Asian, so we've been having a lot of good quality Asian food. So I've become really picky, and a lot of Chinese places are like nasty. They just give you like a shitload of dry rice and really hard chicken, or the chicken has so much breading on it that there's hardly any meat inside. That chicken is like disgusting, it's dry, there's drowning in batter, and there's so little actual chicken meat in it. So I've become pretty picky about my Asian food and even Japanese food, Japanese sushi, stuff like that. Anyway, so this was pretty good. I mean, I chose teriyaki chicken, and teriyaki chicken is probably like the healthiest chicken you can have because it has no skin. It's just the white meat in teriyaki sauce. It's grilled. It's not fried. So teriyaki chicken is the healthiest chicken. Anyway, so yeah, these are these funny curtains that my husband bought me. And the way they work, you just put them on your door, like that. You just kind of put them on through the top, and it's just like this cloth. It's a little weird. I don't know why he bought that. I didn't ask for that. And they provide shade because I had to have my windows untinted because there was a lot of scratching on the tint, and it looked like the windows were actually dirty, and they weren't dirty. They weren't scratched. I thought it was like sand that got inside the windows and scratched them up, but it wasn't. The windows weren't scratched. The windows were actually clean, as you can see. It was the tint that was scratched. So they took off the tint, and now I've been complaining that the sun shines too much through the windows. So my husband bought me these curtains, these weird car curtains. Anyway, I'm going to sleep in my car tonight, so I'm pretty excited. Here's a little peek into my car. There's my pillow. There's my coffee and my soda. There's my backpack here. There's my bag. I don't know why I have rope. I have rope because I was doing something else. And there's my blanket, which I'm going to obviously unfold and move the seats around so that I can stretch my legs and sleep in it. But first I have to drive to Riverside, and it's going to take me 21 minutes. So let's do that now. Good morning. I just woke up. It's 7 in the morning, and I slept in this neighborhood. The windows are a little fogged up from me sleeping in this car. I think this house is empty. There's no cars, so I got really lucky. I parked in front of an empty house, and I slept in an empty in front of an empty house in my car. So this is a suburb of Riverside, and I'm about to go in for my appointment. I made a cool video. I was downtown Riverside last night, and I made a video that I got here and all that, but the video didn't record. My phone just is really, really bad. It's a Sony phone. It just crapped out, and it didn't save the video. So, sorry about that. The appointment was pretty straightforward. I got in, I waited in line, I sat down, my number got called. I brought in the paperwork that I had to bring in, and I had to wait in another line. There was about maybe 50 other people there waiting. I had to get, when my turn came up, they fingerprinted me. They didn't just take one finger or one thumb. They took all take 10 fingers. Um, and they also fingerprinted my entire hand, both of my hands. They also took pictures of me. So that was it. It was just getting fingerprinted, and they checked my ID. They verified that this is really me, that I exist, that I'm a real person, and that I look like my picture. And that was it. So I was free to go. The appointment was at 8 o'clock, and I was out of there by 9:30. So that's it. Now I'm just waiting for my work permit.